All right, guys, we just rolled into the Habitat Project day 2. I did not make it back down here to see what kind of job Matt did digging footers, so we're gonna sneak over here, see how he got along yesterday, and hopefully get some footer sport.
Hi, Mike.
Well, how'd you say it went yesterday?
A little slower than what I'd like, but it went.
The real question is, did you miss me?
Well, I don't know if I want your fans to know the real answer.
So that's a yes.
Nope,
Definitely yes.
just the opposite of that.
Well, I'll have to say, I must have taught you well, because it don't look horrible.
You know,
it don't look bad at all.
YouTubers, just know it's very hard for him to give any compliments, so I'll take that as one right there.
This is true. Hey, I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it'll do. It'll definitely do.
Yeah, I gotta put some rebar right there.
There seems to be a little bit of a. Did you get the wrong coordinates in your GPS right here?
Not the wrong coordinates. I was trying to pull the concrete out and it wouldn't budge with the Mini, so that's when I called you and said, hey, do you want me to go to the inside of it? And you can see the overdig that created on that outside edge. I was really wanting to get them out of there. I was really wanting to. But
we're not for sure what this lot used to be. This is kind of the old industrial part of town, hence the old factory across the street that burnt down. This used to all be in the floodplain. That's the flood wall right over there. I think that was installed in the late 1930s, after the 1937 flood. I'm rambling, but so I'm not sure what used to be here, but there's some old foundations in there for something, and we were able just to skim across them. So a couple things on these footers in our area. I always get a lot of questions about this. Timeout, phone call. All right, quick little spec on these footers. Every time I pour footers, I always get the guy that comments, well, that'd never fly in our area. Well, guess what? Newsflash. I'm not pouring footers in your area. I'm pouring footers in my area. And this is what we do around here. Everything we do is inspected and up to code. So trust me, we're not trying to cut any corners, I promise you. But in this particular job site here, as you guys seen in yesterday's video, Matt did pass inspection. The main thing they look for is we're below frost line. Frost line here is 18 inches. These footers are between 20 and 24 inches deep, so we got that. These footers will be poured using 3,000 psi concrete. They're 2 foot wide and 10 inches deep. We got rebar here. We will wet set 2 runs of 1/2 inch rebar. We are allowed to wet set rebar in footers. Actually, we're not even required to put rebar in footers. There is no code or inspection that requires us to do that, but we will put rebar in these footers, just well, because I think rebar needs to be in footers. So we're gonna go a little step above on that. The next thing you guys are gonna ask is, this is gonna get 1 layer of ICF on it. We will not pin the footer to the wall.
really?
The main reason is our code does not require us to do that, mostly based on the seismic zone we are in. Whenever we do pin the wall to the footer, it's whenever the Nudura wall gets over 6 foot tall, because at that point Nudura requires it to be done, not local codes. So these walls will not be pinned to the footer. I'm sure somebody out there in the YouTube world is having a freak out fit about that. Let me give you a little news flash. They built houses on rocks for hundreds of years and they're still there. So I'm pretty sure this house will be just fine. Gravity will do its job. What do you think about that? You have no comment?
I wasn't paying any attention. What'd you say?
I had a teacher once tell me pay attention, don't cost a dime.
I don't have a pencil either, so I can't learn. I had a teacher tell me that.
I said,
you got a pencil in your hand, you'll always be learning.
Can you believe the old timers built houses on top of rocks and they stayed there for hundreds of years?
Sandstone rock.
I know, crazy. And then we build a house and don't pin the footer to the wall, and all of a sudden it's going to fall down in 2 days.
Well, the sheer weight of the concrete will keep that from happening.
Now stop talking common sense. You quit that.
Now,
in all seriousness, there is parts of the country and different soil types and different seismic zones where that is actually very important and very crucial. You got to keep in mind we're specing these to build them where we are at. So that's a explanation of why we go about stuff the way we do. Yeah, so anyways, Jason's over there. We got to modify the ICF block a little bit. He's doing that. Matt's got the rebar laid out. We got all of our grade pins in to grade. We got all those marked on the side of the ditch. And I need to rearrange a dirt pile here a little bit so we can get the concrete truck in. And hopefully shortly we'll have concrete, get some footers poured, and then we'll be on to ICF. Let's get this day started. All right, we got all cleaned up around the site. The concrete truck has showed up. They may have misplaced the concrete float this morning, but we'll survive. Look at that, Mulder's concrete again.
We're on top of the station. This is rebar.
So all the orange marks is the rebar.
Well, this is the second truck. We're only supposed to have one truck.
I told you get 8 yards, not 7. That's on you this time.
My math says we had enough. Your digging says we didn't.
Well,
Actually, it's the same truck because the batch plant's just like right over that wall.
right.
So that was nice.
You don't need a whole lot that side. Yeah.
I guess I probably need to get like grab a tool.
If you want a rake, we'll do the same process again.
All right, let's finish this up. All right, guys, check that out. We got the footers poured. That all went pretty well after we redid our math and realized we needed more concrete. We're blaming it on him. We're still blaming it on him.
You always blame it on somebody else. Finger never points at yourself.
This is true. So we went ahead and set up batter boards, story boards. You guys can call us whatever you want. These boards are actually set on the elevation of what's going to be the top of the wall. We'll come back and stretch strings around and get everything so-so, but a couple things are getting ready to go on here. One, they're getting ready to have a ribbon cutting or a groundbreaking ceremony, one of the above. So we were nice enough to put them this nice pretty little pile of dirt out here so they can stick their shovels in, have the little ceremony. So got that ready to go. So we're gonna run and grab something for lunch so we can get back in time for that. Hopefully the footer's dry enough we can stack block on, and we're gonna go for it. As you guys can see, our job site has got invaded by the official groundbreaking. That is the family that will be receiving this home. So we're going to let them do their ceremonies, and then we'll jump back in and go to work.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
It's never good whenever Mr. Inspector shows back up.
Turn that thing off.
Is it that bad? Did we do that bad a job?
You're out of here.
All right, the official groundbreaking is wrapping up behind us. See, everybody's dissipating up there, so we're gonna get back to work. So what we did here is we got screws in our batter boards. These boards are to elevation, and these here marks the corner and the wall. So we will stack our block exactly. Did you hear that? Exactly to that string.
I'm listening.
Could you repeat, please?
Exactly
To the string. That is the plan. So
Don't interview me.
oh no, it's too late. You gotta at least tell everybody who you are, because everybody knows your son.
There we go.
He's like, wait a minute, is that a good thing?
So where's he at? This is officially Captain Kleeman's dad, so he's the one responsible for the craziness on that channel. All right, a lot going on here this morning. So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna take 1 course of ICF. These are taper top blocks where the concrete is allowed to come out to the edge. We notch the inside out 4 inches, and as we start stacking these, I'll kind of show you how this is gonna work. Basically the floor is gonna get poured across here. This will end up being our official elevation there when we're all done. So we're gonna set our corners and start going at it. All right guys, it's been a crazy afternoon, and I've been going every which way but here. Actually, I've been every which way but here. He's counting. He's in deep thought over here. Look at him going. So let me show you what we got going. We got our blocks stacked. We used our string as our guide. See how that string is just marked straight, and our elevation. One advantage of doing this when the footer is still a little bit green or wet is right here. Right where we started, we had a little bit of a high spot, and we were able to just kind of notch that out a little bit, let that block go on through. Works pretty good. As you guys can see right here, we'll fill this up with gravel right here, and then that's notched out. See how it's notched out? And the floor will come out, and the floor will be flush with that right out there. So what we need to do from here is we're going to put stiff backs down the outside of the wall to hold that right on the string line, make her perfectly straight, perfectly true, perfectly on grade, just perfectly everything, so we can get this poured tomorrow. It will get some horizontal rebar in it, so I just stopped by to visit and say, hey Jason. And then I gotta go run more errands. Thank goodness I got a good crew. Run more errands, let these guys do their thing, and then we'll be back check on them. So here we go again. Kind of felt a little bit bad. The boys are over slaving away on that foundation, and I'm out doing a little bit of shopping, but seeing a deal I couldn't pass up on: a straw blower, a straw crimper, and an old woods cedar. So it's older stuff. It's in a little bit of rough shape. They're gonna put a new lid on it for me, get her all back in good shape. But yeah, it was cheap, so figured we'd latch on to her and put her to good use. So all right, we better head back to job site and check on the yahoos. All right, just rolled back in the job site, and Matt and Jason are getting this knocked out. Looks pretty good. They got their stiff backs on. They're putting a few kickers on to hold the wall straight, just to kind of adjust everything where it needs to be. They'll get her foamed down and ready to pour. I'm just in their way. I think they just see me leave and go do something else. So I'm gonna let them guys do their thing. I'm gonna head back to shop, do a few other things. We shall head back here in the morning and get this poured. All right guys, we just rolled back in down here the next day on the Habitat job site. We got the 140 and the super stick, not because we need them. We actually did another job this morning tearing down a house, and got a pretty cool video out of that. But today we have got, this afternoon, we're gonna finish this up. Matt and Jason got all the walls looking good yesterday. Looked really good actually. Our concrete has showed up to pour the stem walls. The city were so kind to park their backhoe right in our way. I could go on and on about that, but I'm not. We'll leave that alone. So we're down a guy again today. Jason's not here, he's out on another job, so we're gonna muddle through this. It's only like 3.5 yards of concrete if we did our math right this time, and get her poured out. Let's do it.
Hi, how are you today?
Was that your sexy high? Pitiful.
Oh boy.
I guess we should point out the plumber has showed up, got some pipes in. We do have rebar down in there. And this comes our ICF mix. This is actually a 4,000 PSI mix. They put pea gravel in it because it lets it flow a little bit better. Matt's got a board there to kind of direct it into the wall if we need to. Just like so. Oh, I tried. only gonna get poured up to that right there. The floor will take care of the rest. Just like so, around we go.
I doubt he can see it. I do like how it slows down.
All right, guys, concrete's all in. That went pretty well. Matt's going around and actually wet setting some pins in the top of this. This area and out in here will all get compacted stone in it, and then whenever they put the rebar down for the floor, they will tie their rebar in. They will be able to tie this all the way across, so it's all one monolithic. I guess it's not technically monolithic, but it'll all be tied together from one side to the other, which will be good. That'll be a plus. We gotta do one last thing here at the end of the day, because we're gonna go ahead and haul that machine out. The plumber stopped by, put a couple marks on the ground. He needs us to scratch that out a little bit because you don't quite have enough clearance with his pipes. And then we'll call it a day and be back here tomorrow to kind of tidy everything up, pitch some stone, and call her good. So let's scratch out some pipes. No, I about forgot my Pepsi out there. We can't do that.
Hey Mike, what are you looking for? Every time, Mr. Dirt Perfect.
I lost you people.
You just magnetize your people wherever and you don't remember.
Don't worry, I found you.
No, you didn't find them.
All right, my battery died, but here's where we're ending up the day at. We it's never easy. Plumber's like, just dig me a little area out right here and foundation pier for something. What's that thing, 4.5, 5 feet in the ground?
Yeah.
But we got him scratched out there. Tomorrow we can actually reach for the 140 and clean it up the rest of it.
If you have any viewers, prior to seeing this part of the video, which is the end, make comments about who dug the footer all jagged. There were 2 of these on the other side, and I decided to leave them in there.
There's another one like right there, but we're gonna pretend like we didn't see it.
And we cut one off so that the wall would stack.
Yeah, I'm not for sure what used to be here before, but there's one right there, and there's one down there we kind of skimmed across. So
I just wanted to make sure you didn't have the opportunity to say, well, it wasn't a dirt perfect ditch.
I would never.
I would never.
Never. I would never do anything like that. But we got the little mini excavator loaded up. We're gonna head back to Derby, come back tomorrow with a load of gravel, and polish this thing off and call it a wrap. All right, guys, day 3 and hopefully the final day on this project. First stop of the morning. We're gonna pull into Malters here, get some rock, head over to the job site and throw her in there. We are loaded back to the scale. blocks that way. Alrighty, just rolled back into the job site. Matt beat us down here. He's getting all the stiff backs off, getting everything ready to go. The wall looks really good. It turned out nice. I'm gonna hop on the machine. I need to get this pile of dirt shuffled that out of the way. Need to reach over and finish digging here where the plumber needs that excavated. And I got just a little bit back here in that corner. It's just kind of high. We need to scrape down. So we got weather threatening today, and I'd really like to get this finished up. So let's get rolling. All right, I got all the dirt pushed over in a pile there, so we can get around to work. Need to reach out there now. We're just basically going to kind of scratch this out to about that orange line right there for the plumber. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but the reason why this house is so low to the ground is the recipient of this house is actually in a wheelchair. So they're doing everything they can to make it, oh, there's that other dang deer. Come out there, I'm afraid. They're doing everything they can to make this easy for her to get in and out of and access everything. Normally we probably would have raised this house up a little bit higher, but they're going to have porches and pads all the way around it where she can just kind of roll in and out. So should help her out quite a bit. She's pretty excited about it. So, well, there's pier number 2. I don't know what was here before. I don't have a clue, but looks like some sort of conveyor system or something. But I'm going to scratch this out for the plumber. I need to take this down just a little bit over here. We're just a little bit high right there. And then we'll do that, and then we'll start throwing some rock in this thing. Well, got this scratched around and cleaned up. I think we're officially ready to throw some rocks in here. We're going to throw some number 11s down. That's what we call them, number 11s. Kind of notched out this little area right here. Most of the plumbing in the house is right here, so the plumber wanted to make sure he had plenty of loose gravel to kind of bed all of his pipes and everything in. So basically what we're going to do today is rough this in on grade. The plumber, electrician, yada yada yada, everybody's got to get in here and do their thing. After they're done, they'll final tune the grade, compact it, and then they'll pour concrete on top of it. So I'm sure somebody's going to mention they don't see us compacting it today. That's because after we get it down, it's going to be somewhat dug back up for utility purposes. So we just got to get it roughed in. So let's do it. It's nice to see you finally showed up for work today.
Yeah, I beat you here, remember?
I don't remember this.
Number 2. You know what happens when the boss is unprepared for the day?
Hey, I had another guy.
Hold on.
No,
No
hold on.
excuses.
No, hold on. No, hold on. Now, you know somebody else is going to watch this.
Yeah.
It's management. It would never happen if he was on the job.
You know
he
what?
He takes care of me.
Yesterday, the other management took care of the back of the truck and cleaned it out, and the boss was supposed to be responsible for the batteries. These are tools that are needed today. So, Mr. Dirt Perfect, I just love spending your money. So, you know, since you're so concerned about me running to 4 different stores, bam! I bought some batteries, sir.
We have been in desperate need of these for a while.
So I only one 5-amper because it's just, man, these DeWalt batteries are, everybody wants them, and you got to buy a bunch of them because they suck. Anyway, and then we got the 4-pack. I know you didn't want 2 amperes, but guess what? This was only $10 more than this one.
Are you trying to say you're a bargain shopper? All right, now
you're welcome, sir.
Now you just got to hope one of these is charged enough to finish up. We got our pile of stone here. I guess the next thing on the list is to get it sprinkled in there and grade it out. evenly as I can. It's gonna take a little bit of smoothing to get her worked up to the wall there. Where one of those tilt rotator buckets would randomly come in handy for me. But we'll get her. Little handwork never hurt nobody. Tell you what, running the rake for a little bit, it'll make you a better operator, but that's kind of what we're going for, guys. Just getting that rock laid in there within ½ inch of being on grade, so we know we got the right amount. That way they can come in there and do their thing, and then it'll get a final polish off before concrete. But I'm just gonna work my way on down through there and paint her white. I got a feeling we don't have enough rock, but that's fine because the math says we should need another load, so let's do it. Well, there's how far one load went. It actually went a little over halfway, which means the second load should get us the rest of the way. So we're gonna hop back in the truck, run back and get another load of rock, come back and go round 2 on this. right, get all the rock in there to grade. Turned out pretty nice. We left the hole there for the plumber. Last thing we're going to do is actually put a form board up here around the edge, and we're just chalking a line to make sure we're perfectly exactly true, and take care of little spots like this where the foam got busted out, and protect it until they also need something to screed the floor off too. So kind of going the extra step here, trying to be a nice guy. See if I can do this while I hold you guys. You ready?
Yep. Screw on the other side says he's ready too.
Okay. There we go. It's one beautiful line. One beautiful line. So, I need a short 2x4 so I can demonstrate what we're getting ready to do. All right, let me show you guys kind of the thought process on this. We got our line chalked down there. We're going to screw this 2x4 to the wall, which it should end up just like so. And we'll come back here and we'll shave off these nipples or anything that's sticking up a little bit. That'll give us a nice true line to screed that floor off too, and make sure everything's good, straight and plumb and level, and the whole 9 yards there. So anyways, guys, that's going to be a wrap on this one. Matt's going to tie up a few loose ends. He's going to follow me on out of here, and we're going to head on to the next one. So guys, as always, hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. We shall catch you guys on the next one.